This case opens with a defendant ready to plead guilty, but what unfolds is far more complex than a simple admission of wrongdoing. We're looking at a man with a long history in and out of the legal system, now standing in front of a judge who isn't just focused on punishment, but on patterns, accountability, and change. From mental health struggles to drug use, mistreatment sessions, and past violations, this hearing quickly turns into a deep dive into his life choices. The real question is this finally a turning point, or just another chapter in a repeating cycle? Stay tuned, because the judge is about to break everything down in a way that hits hard.
It's sorry to put him in this situation because he was helping me out as much as possible, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to be able to get back to my family. Luckily, my mother just got out the hospital last week, so that's a good thing. She's still dealing with her chemo. And, it's a process. I thought I was doing a little bit of progress, so I'm just going to try to stick with it and just move forward.
Well, when you say move forward, how are you going to move forward?
Well, right now,
You're in for 2 more months, right, on the Cuyahoga case?
Correct.
Okay.
And even down there, I had some certificates. They didn't let me bring my paperwork with me, but even down there on my own, I did 12 steps, PTSD, mental health. I did some criminal law, business. I got certificates for all that. Like, I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, trying to, I got to get to the real world to really put the practice in. But I got to, I got to figure this out. So, with a little bit of cushion where I can still be able to, make mistakes, because I'm not perfect. I'm going to make mistakes. There's going to be some things I'm going to do wrong. It's going to be some things I'm going to do right. And I got to put all that together and come out with a better me. So it's just things, it's just steps, and it's just levels to it that I'm going to take myself through so I can be able to get out there and, never see no courtrooms or, and deal with my mental health and things like that, because a lot of people around me don't understand mental health like I didn't understand. So I got to educate the people around me to even find out, like what's going on and get used to medication and stuff like that and just.
So what happened at Signature that they discharged you?
Well, actually, Signature came up here and seen me, and they was she said she did.
At this stage, the conversation shifts into something critical: mental health responsibility versus personal accountability. The defendant claims is trying to improve, attending programs, taking medication, and working towards stability. But the judge immediately highlights a major contradiction: missing treatment sessions, getting discharged, and testing positive for cocaine. This is where legal reasoning becomes important. Courts often consider rehabilitation efforts, but consistency is key. If someone is prescribed mental health medication, using substances like cocaine or ecstasy directly undermines that treatment. So the judge's frustration makes sense. How can progress be measured if the foundation itself is unstable? What do you think? Should intent to improve matter more, or actual consistent action?
They had put a warrant out for me, so I didn't see him none August and September. I was in prison.
Cuyahoga put a warrant out for you?
Yeah, they put a warrant out for me, and
okay.
That's because they said they sent me a notice to come to court, but I never got the notice.
All right. But you got also the positive cocaine test too, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So why were you doing? I mean, if you have, I'm trying to speak to you logically now. Okay.
Right.
Were you on mental health meds through Signature?
Yes. Zoloft.
Which meds?
Zoloft, Trazodone, like 3 or 4 other meds that they gave me.
Okay, and that was how long you been on those things?
Since April. I got out here like April, something like that.
Okay. So then why were you using the cocaine when you were on mental health meds?
I think it was maybe some that I can't explain. Like I didn't, only thing I really used in my life was ecstasy, and ecstasy sometimes would come up as cocaine or.
Well, I don't think it does. Okay, it comes up as something completely different.
Right.
Now you don't know whatever you're taking. You don't have any idea what's in it.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah.
Okay, but regardless of if you thought you were taking ecstasy, why were you taking ecstasy when you were taking mental health meds at the same time?
Well, I had stopped. I had stopped, but evidently, I still was Because I was thinking it was a Zoloft at first. That's why I put an appeal
Right.
in for Cobb County.
See,
But
what you
I
tell
take
me.
full accountability for my actions. I'm not trying to.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine, except what you're telling me is that you at least have some insight to know that you have mental health issues you gotta deal with.
Right. And that's a learning
Yeah.
curve that I'm going through right now.
What's that?
That's definitely a learning curve. That's
Okay.
like very new to my whole life, my whole culture, everything. So trying to just get used to that and just trying to deal with it. It's a process. I'm trying to just.
It's always a process.
Right. I'm trying to progress
So,
without.
but once you realize that, and you determine, had you ever been, before this signature health time, had you ever been on mental health medication before?
Never. Nobody around me or nothing like that. Like, I got to educate the people around me and let them know, like, what's going on, because I really don't know myself. Like,
Okay.
That's why I was got them certificates down there, because I still really don't.
Now, the judge zooms out and looks at the bigger picture, and it's not pretty. This isn't a one-time mistake. We're talking about decades of legal trouble, going all the way back to the mid-90s. Drug-related issues, repeated violations, and a cycle that just keeps repeating. The judge even points out something many viewers might overlook. Mixing mental health medication with illegal substances completely cancels out any benefit. That's not just a bad decision, it's self-sabotage. And then comes another twist: the defendant's involvement in sovereign citizen-type arguments in the past. The judge makes it clear those tactics didn't help, they only made things worse. So here's the big question: can someone truly change after 25-plus years of the same cycle?
It's overwhelming sometimes. The whole depression thing is definitely new. It's definitely, I appreciate you for even, you the first time in what, 20, 30 years that a judge even said anything like, hey, maybe you got some issues, something like that. So.
Okay, because this has been going on for a while, because
Right.
you go back to 95,
Correct.
since the beginning of your adulthood, with in and out of courts all the time,
Right.
okay? Mostly for drugs, a little bit of weapons.
Right.
But
Nothing I'm proud of.
let me ask you this, you got, in Cuyahoga County, was it Pete Corrigan, was he the judge?
Yes, Peter Corrigan.
Okay, so you land in that court on this non-support charge in 2018. And that, I mean, it was a disaster from the standpoint of you showing up or not showing up. And so you violate numerous times with him.
Correct.
And why did he send you to prison? You just had enough of the violations or what?
I was scheduled to get off in October. I didn't and then they came up with I think they was kind of upset. I think it was a mixture of everything. They was kind of upset that I challenged that they sent me a court thing, but they never sent me one. I said
Right.
so I went and got the UPS record. I went and got post office. They never sent me one, so they gave me another court date. As soon as he got me in the courtroom, he said, "Yeah, I'm keeping you." And then he just he's not trying to help me or anything like that anymore.
Well, I know him a little bit, and I think the fact that he kept you on there so long with the violations.
I mean, because I was doing a lot of good things. It wasn't all bad.
How much you owe in support?
Well, it was 22,000, and now it's 9,000.
Okay. What do you do for work when you're not tangled up in this stuff?
I do films. I was in a few movies with Nicolas Cage, Willem Dafoe. I had some commercials with LeBron. I had a lot of success. Things just started falling apart. But yeah, I rent equipment.
What movie?
Oh, Dog Eat Dog.
When was that?
That was 2019, 20, something like that.
Okay.
And then I do commercials and stuff like that.
How do you get that work?
Angela Boheim, she's a casting agent and stuff like that, and she has various Hollywood plugs and local plugs and stuff like that. So I come in and do some camera work in the background if they need it. I do films, I do pictures, I do videos, things like that.
How did you pay down that support from 22 to 9?
Well, I had a shop until recently out there.
So how do you get paid on that? How do you generate income on that?
I mean, for videos like, a singing video, rap video, commercials, we charge $1,500. For me getting other people jobs, like sometimes I can't do it, so I get like an independent contractor. I get paid like maybe $1,100 to do it, and I get them like $300 to do it. You know what I'm saying? I keep the rest, pay rent.
Who lives there with you?
My mother, I take care of my mother. She has diabetes, lupus, and she has cancer. Then my sister has Down syndrome.
So who's taking care of them now?
Well, that's why I said I'm in good spirits that she just got out the hospital last week. So right now, this caretakers coming through, and the whole family's pitching in and try to, fill the void that I put the situation in. So that's, that
Okay,
what I mean.
let me ask you this. Do you acknowledge that you're Kenneth Hobbs?
Yes.
Okay, because remember back a couple of years ago when you first came here, you were telling me you wouldn't acknowledge you were Kenneth Hobbs, you were the corporate entity of Kenneth Hobbs. What was that all about?
Like I told you, I took some criminal law classes and certificates since I've been down this time, and I'm just like trying to learn the legal system because
Okay.
a lot of times I take accountability, I'm wrong, but a lot of times like I just be thrown in the system because my name been in the system, so and I just be trying to just find out what's
So that was that sovereign citizen stuff, right?
I don't even know
or Freeman or stuff like that.
Right. I mean, I heard you say that I Googled the stuff like that, but I never took it as that. I didn't know. I don't take no sides with sovereign. I don't have nothing to do with that. It was just me.
But you were kind of playing on the margins on that, weren't you? You were kind of trying.
Now that I know what it is, yeah, like that's what it came out to be. But I was doing it for us, just doing research and stuff like that. And the research was telling me like this is this, this is that. So that's what I was doing on the strength of that, like common law, maritime admiralty law.
It's all bullshit.
Right. You told me that last time, and so I haven't been doing it lately. You see, I've been sitting there and letting my lawyer talk and do things like that.
Now, because the reason all this happened. If you really sit in that seat you're in now and look backward, this all started on a traffic stop for like a red light or something, right?
Right.
Okay. And you were going to get a ticket or a warning. I'm not sure what it was for a red light. You had a license, right?
Right. But I had a warrant for child support.
Okay.
That's why I was
Okay. And this turned into a whole big mess.
Correct.
Over nothing because you were being kind of a jerk at the traffic stop.
That I was.
Okay. So all this nonsense about this sovereign citizen crap did nothing for you except cause you a lot of misery over the last 2 years.
Correct.
So if you sit in that seat and you think back and rewind the camera 2 years.
Oh yeah, I would have did a lot of things different.
Silly ass shit, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, so you're 47?
47.
Okay. So who's Savannah?
My girl's daughter.
Okay. So tell me your relationship with your girl's daughter, with Savannah.
She's just a little. I think she's like 9 or 10. She just likes to follow me around and like ask me little stuff. I do little camera stuff, work. So she like just she's just a nice little girl. She loves my dog to death. So what I'm saying, I always bring my dog over. We play the dog. So I mean, she's just.
Where does she live?
They stay on Rockefeller.
Okay. All right, Mr. Watson, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. I know the court is well aware of Mr. Hobbs' history. I know he has some problems, but he's here today, Your Honor, admitting to it. I mean, he's not sidestepped anything, I don't think. I mean, he's telling the court he's used drugs. He's had issues out of Cuyahoga County with the support. He's trying to own up to everything. He's trying to get this cleared up as he.
In the end, the judge makes a decision that balances accountability with opportunity. Instead of sending him back to prison, the court extends a community control, essentially probation, with strict conditions. Let's break that down. He must report immediately upon release, stay completely drug and alcohol-free, undergo regular screenings, re-engage with mental health treatment at Signature Health, follow all medical advice, maintain employment, and resolve any licensing issues. These are not suggestions. They are legal obligations. Any violation could land him right back behind bars. What stands out most is the judge's final message. This is a turning point. After decades of the same pattern, the responsibility now falls entirely on the defendant to prove he can change. So now we ask you, was this the right call? Should the court have been stricter, or is this a fair second chance? If you found this case as intense as we did, hit that like button. Drop your thought in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful courtroom breakdowns.
That far on 12/27/26.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to report once you get released. What's the expected release date?
December 6th.
Okay, so once you get released, you're going to report. First of all, when you get released, you're going to call Mr. Tompkins immediately.
Yeah.
And then when he tells you what date to report, you report.
Okay.
No drugs or alcohol with the screens. You're to go back to Signature Health and get involved with their dual diagnosis problem for mental health and for drugs and alcohol. Follow those recommendations, complete whatever they tell you. Whatever medication you're prescribed, you're to take it only as it's prescribed.
Okay.
You're to maintain full employment. Is your license still valid or invalid now?
I thought it was still valid, but I don't know
Okay, if
if they
it's not,
suspended for Cuyahoga County or not.
if it's not valid, you need to get it valid. That's one of your conditions. And you're gonna pay the cost and supervision fee. So you appear to be completely different than you were back in when I sentenced you.
Yeah.
You still got a lot of problems, but at least you're off the sovereign citizen crap.
Right. Thank you.
So, now I imagine that maybe I won't say that. So you're at the point where if you're being truthful with me, okay, that you realize your way hasn't worked in the last 25 years, 30 years. And if that's correct, if that's your realization, then you're either going to make it work or the cycle continues, right?
Right.
Because now this is your second violation here, in addition with all the stuff going on in Cuyahoga. So you, I guess you got to figure out if you want to change what you're doing or you don't want to change what you're doing. Okay?
Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Tompkins?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Watson?
No, Your Honor.
All right, get it together, Mr. Hobbs.
Thank you.